Hi everyone, this is Emily with DEK Designs and Plan to be Fab, and welcome to another plan with me. Today I am doing a foil kit and it is called Hater Spray. And I chose to do a rose gold foil on this kit today. And the Simply Gilded washi I chose is black with rose gold. So the first sheet has 2 quilt boxes, and I love this. This is probably my favorite box, but I love all of them. Your half boxes and habit trackers, your washi, date covers, checklists. I used those 2 already before the video. Your headers and glitter headers, and flags and icons. And I love this kit because it's neutral. I love the neutral colors in it, so I am excited to get started. Okay. The rose gold is a little, this is rose gold, but it looks a little different for the Simply Gilded washi, which I have noticed, but I love rose gold so much. I'm trying to make this straight as possible. Anyway, I got a lot of good questions per usual on the Facebook group pages, so I will definitely be pulling that up soon and answering them. The more random, the better. I love that. But yeah, I really love this kit. Just the neutral colors is a nice break from all the bright or pastel colors, and you can be, I feel like with neutral colors you can be a lot more creative with how you lay it out. So don't get me wrong, I love bright kits or dark kits or pastel, but I really enjoy how neutral this is. Ooh, actually, I'm not going to use that one there. Jeez. Alright, I am going to start pulling up these questions. And also, I was very excited to put black nail polish on today, so that was another good reason why I chose this kit. Okay, Sarah asked a couple of questions. Her first question was, what is your favorite snack? Well, it depends. Like a healthy snack and, uh-oh, this is bad news, snack. I love snacks. I don't know. I could seriously just not eat a real meal forever and just snack all day. As far as my favorite though, I would have to say, I don't have an answer for that. I love all snacks. I really like, if I'm trying to be healthy, I really enjoy carrots and hummus together. And I really like baking broccoli with balsamic vinaigrette on it. And I really like that for like a midday snack or whatnot. I do like candy. I try not to eat it as often, but I love dark chocolate. It's really good. Which there's worse things in the world than that, but I love dark chocolate, or dark chocolate covered almonds are really good. What else? If I'm being unhealthy, which I have been lately, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do like chips a lot, just like potato chips, like the kettle cooked chips and stuff like that. Those are pretty good. What else? Popcorn. Popcorn is always a solid choice. So it just kind of depends on my mood for the day. I like more salty type snacks than I do sweet. I'm not a huge sweets person, but I do love dark chocolate and stuff like that, so. To the next question, also from Sarah. What are you looking forward to doing in the spring? Honestly, what I'm looking forward to is not driving in the snow and ice. That's literally it. Springtime, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of spring because my allergies are insane. I'd rather live in winter than springtime, which sounds crazy because I love hot weather and all that, but in the springtime, my allergies are in freaking insane, which is not fun to deal with, so. Do you have any, and then Betty asked, do you have any hobbies besides planning? Is planning a hobby? Please discuss. I would say planning is, like, even though this is my career to design and plan and ship out orders. Ooh, yikes. I would say in a way it is a hobby because it is relaxing to put stickers down and feel like you have your life a little bit under control or organized. Feel like an adult a little bit. I do have other hobbies, of course. I really enjoy just doing random things, just going off of a whim and exploring and stuff like that. So, and experiencing new things on, even like on my own. I just like putting myself in an uncomfortable situation and just embracing it. I mean, you only live once, might as well just experience life and be cultured in a way. So I really like doing random things like that, even just on my own. And I know there's a couple more questions about this. I love working out so much. I know if you watch my other Plan With Me's, I have talked about this too. I'm kind of in a funk with working out lately. I've just been so focused on all the other things, and it hasn't been as much of a priority as it used to be. So I'm trying to find that peace and figure out, okay, how can I remedy this? So that's another hobby, is working out. It's a huge relief to be able to do that and be physically able to work out. So I'm trying to figure out a good medium, how to balance all of that out. So I do love designing, but that is also considered work as well. But in a way, it is a hobby because you get inspiration from so many people, and it's really cool to be able to do that and connect with people in that way. And I apologize, my voice is still kind of nasty from being sick and the nasty weather, so yikes. Okay, another question. Disney villains. Do you have a favorite one or more than one? Who or why? It has been a while since I've had a Disney marathon, and after the last kit I designed, I really just want to have a whole day where I don't do anything except watch Disney movies. I don't know if I have a favorite villain. One of my favorite ones growing up was probably, gosh, this is embarrassing. I can't even think of her name, but off of Snow White, the one that gave her the poisonous apple. I loved Snow White growing up, and I loved Sleeping Beauty as well. So I loved last week's Freebie Friday because I even discussed this with the artist that drew up the characters and all of that. It's really cool to see villains because most people are drawn to the princesses and stuff like that. But it was really cool and different to create a kit that was based off of a villain. So that was really fun. I took a lot of time designing the kit with her artwork, and it was just really fun. So I can't really say I have a favorite villain, but I definitely now want to have a Disney movie marathon because that really inspired me. I loved designing that. It was just so different and a different take on Disney movies in a way. So, and not focusing on, oh, the princess. It was focusing on a different side of the whole movie. So that was really cool. That was really fun. And my favorite Disney movie is Lion King, by far. I love that movie. And I haven't seen it in so long, and it makes me sad. But that was my favorite. Even growing up, I think I had a Lion King themed birthday party back in the day. That was definitely my favorite Disney movie. Still is, I would say. I can't really tell you why, because there's so many good ones. I think it was just because I love animals, and it was based off of animals speaking and like the mantras that were involved in the show and just all of that. I just really love that movie. Disney heroes. Do you have a favorite? Heroes. Oh goodness. I don't have a favorite when it comes to that. Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint, but when it comes to Disney heroes, maybe Hercules. Is that Disney? I don't know. Or is that Pixar? I'm not really sure. So I don't really think I can answer that question correctly. But I do like Hercules. That's a great movie too. Jennifer asked, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? If I could travel anywhere in the world, anywhere in the whole world, I would go to either Barcelona or Madrid, Spain. When I was in high school, I was very inspired to learn how to speak Spanish. And I studied it all through high school, and then about 3 years in college. I kind of gave up on it, and that's one of my biggest regrets, but that's something I can always pick back up on. I just love the culture and the history in Spain. And it just looks so beautiful, and the food and the people, it's just something that has been on my bucket list for quite a while. But the first thing I need to do is get polished up on my Spanish skills before that. I'm sure there's a lot of tourists there, so I'm sure that it wouldn't be a problem if I didn't polish up on my Spanish, but I think it would be more fun to be able to actually use it. So that is on my list of things to do. I really love the language, and I don't know how to explain it. It's just something I've always been passionate about, but when my priorities changed, it just wasn't as much of a thing I thought was necessary, but I want to definitely get back into getting polished up on the language. And I don't know, like I said, even in high school and college, I learned a lot about the culture there and all of that, and it's just very intriguing to me. So that's one that if I had to choose anywhere, I would choose that. The second place I would choose would be Greece, because it is gorgeous from what I've seen. And I loved learning about Greek mythology and stuff like that. I really like learning the backstory of the culture and stuff like that. So that would be a really cool place to visit for me as well, just because there's more meaning behind it when you are fascinated by the culture or history. That's why I would choose those two places. Kelly asked, do you sticker plan lay out your months in your planners? Honestly, they're blank. I'm not going to lie to you. My months are. And that is because things change. Like, my plans change so much. And I feel like decorating the month or planning out the month, I would feel horrible if I had to white it out or cross it out. So I'm still trying to find planner piece with the monthly. I like the weekly because I write it down and know I'm going to do it. But for the monthly, it's just so far in advance that it freaks me out to write something down and having to change it. I know I'm a weirdo. But that's my reasoning of why. But I know I can fill it in as I go, but it's just difficult for me to say, oh, 10, 15 days from now, this is what I'm going to do, because I really do enjoy living in the moment and going on a whim. So plans change a lot. Like even planning my weekly kit, I just write it down day by day because I'm not sure if that thing is actually going to happen, or I change my mind and do something else more productive, or, you know, life. So still finding a planner piece with that. I eventually do want to figure out how that works best with me. So how do you keep, Lakeisha asked, how do you keep from getting burned out on planning? It's just kind of motivating to put down what you have going on for the week, and I don't get burnt out because it's kind of like therapy, just to lay it all out. Like, this is the main points I do want to get done this week, and every single day writing in what you actually did it feels really good to do that. So that's how I see it, as not getting burnt out on it. It's motivating and therapeutic. And to see all the things that you did get done that week makes you feel like, okay, I did some stuff this week. That's awesome. Another question Lakeisha asked is, what would you suggest as a starting point for someone who would want to begin an exercise regimen? Ooh. Okay, so like I said, I haven't been deeply motivated by fitness lately, which is meh. But I do have advice when it comes to that. Hold on, let me find this icon I want to use. When it comes to working out, I'm not a professional at this, so don't quote me. But if fitness is something you want to achieve, or you want to get better at and whatnot, I recommend setting goals. However, I would say make goals that are very short term and maybe long term, but don't be so obsessed with these goals, because one, if you are already thinking about this and making these goals, you are physically able to do this, and not everyone in the world can be as physical as they want to be. So take that for granted and live in the moment and enjoy the feeling of just working out. So that would be my number one thing. I used to be, I still kind of am, I try not to be super competitive, but it got to the point where it ruined it for me. I was so competitive to where I was getting upset with the numbers I would have on the board for weightlifting or cardio, whatever it would be. And it would just get in my head, and I would just be more upset, and it was more of a chore than a physical release of just being fit and being able to do it. So you have to look at it at that perspective, like, okay, I'm going to work out. This is what I want to do every single day. At one point, I want to be able to run a marathon, or I want to be able to compete, or I want to do this. Like, those are all amazing goals. And I'm not knocking being competitive, but don't let it get into your head to the point where it's not fun, or not, I'm trying to think of the best word. I can't think of it, but just don't take it too seriously. Just live in the moment and be happy that you are physically able to work out and have these goals down the road, but don't be so upset that it's taking this long, and be patient and just work towards those goals. But in the moment, don't be mad at yourself, because in the end that will hurt you or demotivate you in the long run. So, and I've went through that multiple times, so if you have any more questions about that, I'm willing to talk to you. But lately I haven't been as motivated because one, winter sucks, and I've been very busy finally graduating school and getting my degree. And just, I know this sounds like I'm making excuses, which it might be, but it's just, don't be too down on yourself. Just be happy and live in the moment and set your goals, but don't make them so, don't make your goals to the point to where you feel bad about yourself if you don't get there. Okay. And what is your favorite vegetable is the last question. I actually love veggies a lot. And last year, I love to challenge myself, and I'm a very competitive person, like I said. I attempted the vegan diet for a few months. I did. And I'm not trying to knock any of that at all. I tried it, and I was seriously bloated all the time because I was just eating veggies. And that's pretty much it. And I love vegetables, but maybe I did it in the wrong sense. I don't know, but I did it strictly for a few months. And I don't eat that much meat, so it was pretty easy for me to just say I'm just not going to do it anymore. And I don't eat that much dairy, so that was pretty easy to cut out. So, I don't know. I would say my favorite vegetable would be tomatoes. I can eat them like an apple. I'm not gonna lie. But actually, tomato is a fruit because of the seeds or something. So, I guess that doesn't count. So, besides that, I would say cucumbers. I love pickles and pickling my own cucumbers. I love broccoli and Brussels sprouts and onions. I can't think of a vegetable I don't like. I like spaghetti squash. I love sweet potatoes. It's all good. I really do love vegetables, so I'm trying to think here of what icons I want to use this week. But yeah, that was the last question, and I kind of ranted, and I'm kind of nasally from still getting over this nastiness of sickness. So I do apologize for that. I'm going to track my meals this week, actually. And once again, this is called Hater Spray. But those were amazing questions. I love random stuff like that I can just rant on about. I also feel like I'm in the need to find a new Netflix show to binge watch, so drop those suggestions below. I've seen a lot of new shows that were added this month. I just don't know which one to pick or what would be worth it to spend my time on watching. So, and drop those comments below if you have any recommendations. I would love to hear them. All right, I think this is all I'm going to put down for now. Like usual, I'm going to add more stickers throughout the week as I go on. So make sure to follow our Instagram accounts and Facebook groups so you can check that out. I have to go shopping tomorrow, so I'm going to put this guy here. All right, everyone, thank you so much for all of your questions and for watching. And please give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. And leave any comments below, any suggestions, any topics you want me to talk about next week, or any suggestions, or like what stickers you want me to use in my layout next week that you haven't seen in real life yet. If you're on the fence about purchasing like a quarter sheet or something like that and want to see it in action, just let me know. I'm open all the time to suggestions. So, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so every time I do post a video, you get a notification. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week.